Minnesota, a name that brings to mind shimmering lakes, loons on still waters, and winters wrapped in firelight. But what if I told you there is another Minnesota? A place hidden just beyond the map, where shadows stretch longer than the day, where stories whisper through stone and soil, and where every turn of the trail feels like a threshold into the unknown. Tonight, we journey into Minnesota's forgotten corners. These are not tourist stops. They are thresholds, edges where nature, history, and wonder converge, and where silence holds more answers than questions. So take a breath. Let the pine-scented air reach you. This is more than a road trip. It is a secret invitation into the soul of a state often overlooked. Cooke State Park, swinging bridges and silent depths. Near Duluth, the St. Louis River cuts through black volcanic rock, foaming and roaring as though some unseen beast breathes beneath it. This is Cooke State Park, a rugged landscape forged by glaciers and fire. Hike far enough, and you'll reach the iconic swinging suspension bridge, swaying above the torrent like a thread between centuries. Step lightly. The wood creaks. The river below pounds against stone like a giant's heart. Most stop here. Most take the photo and leave. But beyond the bridge lies swinging Bridge Falls, hidden from all but the patient wanderer. Few ever find it. The water crashes with an echo that seems to come from inside your chest. Here in the gorge, even the air feels ancient, and the forest reminds you, beauty is not always in plain sight. Sometimes it waits, silent, for you to seek it. Lanesboro, Bluff Country's quiet stage. Now we slip south into Bluff Country, the land that glaciers forgot to flatten. In the heart of it rests Lanesboro, a town that feels caught between pages of a storybook. Bed and breakfasts spill warm light onto cobblestone streets. The Root River State Trail winds past limestone bluffs, a ribbon for cyclists and wanderers alike. But listen closer. Beneath the quiet facade, Lanesboro carries a strange, lingering hush. Theaters here echo with stories, galleries hum with the touch of forgotten artists, and the river itself seems to carry memory downstream. Small towns often shout to be noticed. Lanesboro doesn't. It lingers, like the faint vibration of a bell, just after the last strike has faded. Voyageurs National Park, water, stars, and stillness. Travel north, far past the highways, and the pavement falls away. Here lies Voyageurs National Park, a world of water and sky. A labyrinth of lakes so vast, the horizon seems endless. By day, the canoe cuts silently across glass. By night, the stars reign with a brilliance untouched by city light. The Milky Way arches above you, a silver scar on black velvet. The air is still, the water breathless. You almost forget to breathe yourself. On certain nights, the aurora borealis ignites above the islands. Colors ripple silently, like spirits moving across the firmament. The voyageurs, French fur traders who once paddled these same routes, surely saw the same lights and wondered if they were being watched. Here, time doesn't pass. It pauses, waiting for you to notice. The Lost 40, the forest that time forgot. In Chippewa National Forest lies a mistake and a miracle. Surveyors once mismapped a tract of land, declaring it a lake. Loggers skipped it, and so it remained untouched. 40 acres of towering old-growth pines and spruce, now called the Lost 40. Step inside, and it feels less like a forest than a cathedral. The trunks rise like pillars. The canopy swallows sound. Some of these trees are over 350 years old, alive long before Minnesota was even named. They've witnessed centuries of storms, fires, and silence. They're the memory keepers of a land that refuses to forget. Here, you don't walk a trail, you walk through time itself. Soudan Underground Mine State Park. Earth's hidden depths. But not all of Minnesota's secrets stretch skyward. Some lie deep beneath your feet. At Soudan Underground Mine State Park, you descend over 2,300 feet into the earth. The elevator rattles. The steel cage creaks. Darkness thickens. When the doors open, you stand inside tunnels carved by hand, veins of ore clawed from the rock by men who rarely saw daylight. Their sweat, their labor, their lives echo here. The air is cool, metallic. Every footstep rings like a hammer strike against time. This is not just history, It is a descent into the state's buried heart. A reminder that Minnesota's story is not only told in its forests and rivers, but in the very bones of its earth. Niagara Cave, where water disappears. Now, cross to the southeast. Beneath farmland and rolling hills lies a secret world, Niagara Cave. Descend into its depths and the light fades. Dripping water guides your steps. Then, suddenly, sound erupts. A 60-foot subterranean waterfall crashes into darkness, hidden for millennia. Here, water doesn't flow across the land. It vanishes into it. Streams disappear into cracks, only to re-emerge miles away. The cave's chambers hum with echoes, as if the earth itself is whispering. It's beautiful, it's eerie, and it reminds us, beneath every field, every step, lies a world unseen. Normandale Japanese Garden and Alois Butler Wildflower Sanctuary. Return to the city, and you'd think the wilderness is far behind. But even here, the forgotten hides. At Normandale Japanese Garden, stone bridges curve over ponds, koi swim beneath still water, and bonsai trees shape silence itself. It is a space designed for stillness, an oasis of harmony amid chaos. Not far away lies the Alois Butler Wildflower Sanctuary, America's oldest public wildflower garden. Native plants bloom in secret corners, protected from the sprawl around them. These places are not escapes from the city, they are the city's hidden breath, reminding us that even among concrete, the earth insists on whispering. Wabasha Street Caves, Gangster Law Underground. But not all whispers are gentle. Beneath Street Pole's streets, hollowed from sandstone, lie the Wabasha Street Caves. Once speakeasies during Prohibition, these caverns hosted bootleggers, gangsters, and their ghosts. Murders are said to have happened here. Dances too. Shadows cling to the walls like stains that won't wash away. Today, you can tour them. Step carefully. The air is colder here. And if you listen, you might hear jazz echoing faintly in the dark. Or perhaps something else. Franconia Sculpture Park. Art in the wild. Drive beyond the suburbs and suddenly, out of fields and forest, rise strange, massive figures. This is Franconia Sculpture Park, a living gallery under open sky. Giant steel arcs twist toward the heavens. Abstract creatures crouch in the grass. Each piece tells a story, though not always one you'll understand. Here, art doesn't wait inside museums. It confronts you in the wild. And in the silence between sculptures, you might wonder if they are watching you, instead of the other way around. Pipestone National Monument, stones that speak. On the prairie's edge lies a place sacred for centuries, Pipestone National Monument. Here, Native Americans have quarried the soft red pipestone for over 3,000 years, carving it into ceremonial pipes. These pipes, called calumets, are not tools, they are prayers shaped in stone. The quarries are still active, but only for those with tribal lineage. Watch the carvers at work, and you see history not preserved in glass, but alive, beating with every strike of the chisel. This is not just a monument, it is a living testament. Here, the land itself speaks. We've crossed swinging bridges, wandered through cathedrals of pine, slipped beneath the skin of the earth, and stood on ground where sacred stone breeds memory. Minnesota's forgotten corners are not in contrast to its famous lakes. They are in concert with them. They are the echo in the silence, the shadow in the sunlight, the story written just off the map. These places are not destinations. They are experiences. They whisper one request. Stop. Listen. Feel. The question is not whether they exist. The question is, would you answer? If the hush of these hidden places stirred something in you, don't let the silence fade. Tap like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell to keep traveling with us into the other forgotten corners of our world. Because the real stories are the ones that hide where the crowds never go.